Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who may be new to me, my name is Kristen Welton, and today I'm going to be doing a first impressions video of the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. e.l.f. Cosmetics claims that this foundation is medium buildable coverage, it's long lasting, and contains 1% hydrating hibiscus complex. Get buildable, just right coverage and a long wearing satin finish with the hydrating foundation that's anything but basic. I do want to preface this by saying I have aging, maturing skin, and I also have a condition called vascular rosacea, and that's where my skin gets red from these little veins that pop up. And yeah, so I am actually very red right now. I'm having a bit of a flare up, but also I have reactive skin. So whenever I'm touching my skin a lot, it gets red. And I just put on a primer, so yeah, my skin's a little bit red. And we are going to see what kind of coverage this has. I don't love full coverage because I find that it makes my skin look really cakey, and I'm not really into that look. I like a more natural, I want to see my skin poking through, and I'm really excited to give this a try. As I said, I've already used a primer, and today I used the e.l.f. Cosmetics Power Grip Primer with niacinamide. My skin is nice and tacky, so let's dive in. I'm using the shade 13 Fair Neutral. I'm going to start with a little bit. That's actually a lot more than I usually use, but we'll see. We probably won't use all of that product. So I've just divided that amount into two piles. I'm going to start with the small because working with small bits and then build it up if I feel like I need to. And I'm using my Japanesque brush, and this is the 962. And I'm going to really work that product into my brush, like really get it in there. I feel like this really helps with great distribution. And I'm going to use my mirror here and just pat that in. Oh, that's pretty. My goodness. And I'm patting the foundation in with the brush. I'm not swiping or swirling with it. I find that it always gives me better coverage when I do it like this. Take a little bit more, just swiping over and then really pressing it into my brush and pressing into my skin. So I still have quite a bit left that I'm not going to use. I feel like my skin looks pretty even. I don't mind that a tiny bit of red or pink is poking through because that's my skin and I'm not ashamed of it. But that's looking really, really pretty. I'm just gonna use my beauty blender to pat that further into my skin. And this also helps to remove any excess product. I really like the look of this. I like that my skin looks really even. I don't feel like my wrinkles are super accented or exaggerated by any means. You know, I have aging skin. I'm getting more and more wrinkles, and that's okay. I'm proud of every wrinkle I have because I feel like I earned it. That looks really pretty. I like that it's buildable. The only thing that I can think of that I'm not a huge fan of is how shiny it is. Is it glowy? Yes, but for an oily skinned girly, not really a super huge fan of that, but I'm sure it can be toned down with powder. I guess we'll see how it settles into my skin over time. Now I'm going to set this with a setting spray. This is one of my favorites, Vive Invisiveil. I love this. And when the setting spray is partially dried down, I like to go in again with my beauty blender and just pat that in. Oh, and that makes it look even more skin-like. Huh. I I'm liking this more and more. The foundation is sitting well. It's really getting into my skin. And it's really doing a great job of neutralizing the red and pinkness. There's like a tiny bit showing through. I'm sure if I went in with more foundation that it would cover it for the most part. But right now, I just love the way that this looks. I am surprisingly really happy with this foundation so far. I haven't done the rest of my face yet. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup off camera and I will have my final thoughts when I come back. Okay, I have finished applying the rest of my makeup and I used both cream and powder products. For my bronzer, I used a cream product and it seems to sit well. I noticed that when I was applying, it wasn't disturbing the foundation at all. So those two products worked really well together. As for powder products, I used a powdered blush and it's sitting beautifully on my skin. There's no disruption of the foundation beneath. To be honest, I really don't like the satin finish. I do prefer more of a matte. However, I was hoping that this particular satin finish wouldn't be so glowy. So for a person who's oily skinned, you might not like this too much. I do notice that it's accentuating the textured skin that's right there. In fact, I didn't know that I had that much textured skin before. So that might not be a good thing for this product. This foundation isn't supposed to make any of that disappear. I just don't want it exasperated. One thing I've just noticed is that in my smile line, the product is breaking up. For me, that's a definite non-negotiable. Yeah, that looks bad. What a shame. It's breaking up here as well. I was really hoping that this was going to be the foundation for me. Oh, and around my nose. Oh, yeah, that's too bad. I will give this another shot and apply a lighter layer maybe, because technically I went in with 2 layers to build it up and it just didn't work for me. But the product states that it's buildable and it's supposed to be long lasting, and in order for something to be long lasting, it shouldn't be breaking up on the skin. Around my nose, right here, and right there. Unfortunately, my first impression of this foundation is not a good one, and that really makes me sad. If you have any suggestions that's like this, whether it's high-end or drugstore, please comment below. I am always up for trying new concealers, foundations, and skin tints. Well, that's it. That's everything that I have for you today for this first impressions video. Thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep on filming. Bye for now. It contains 1% hydrating hibiscus. Get biddle. Oh God. Now I do want to oh my God. And I have a condition called stupidity with hyaluronic acid. Nope. Niacinamide. I use the e.l.f. Oh my God. I'm getting really frustrated. Can't wait to go to sleep. So oh my God. This is in impression of the, oh my God, hibiscus. Okay. Satin, ooh, yeah. Hibiscus.